Freeze. If you could freeze me, would you? Freeze. If you could freeze me, would you? I was told that I have a big mouth, but I was told it in close to a nice way. So I thought about it, and I asked myself, if you could freeze me, would you? Now this probably doesn't make a difference to a lot of people. But ask yourself, if somebody wanted to freeze you, would they? So the next time somebody you feel like, you getting on somebody else's nerve, hey, man, you want to freeze me or something? You get what I'm saying? That's my new thing. Man, what? I mean, instead of boxing or shooting or fighting or calling, somebody out of their names, hey man, look, you want to freeze me or something? To a woman, can't get me to cooperate with anything you want done. Excuse me, ma'am, do you want to freeze me? I done lived a few years. Let me tell you a story about when I was in Minnesota. And not just because Minnesota is a cold place to be. But I was in Minnesota, and there was a woman who was a college student at another university who was fond of me. And because I was a star, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this stuff no more. I'm just supposed to let the past be the past. I'm supposed to freeze and quit talking about the past, but I can't help it. It's a part of my legacy. It's a part of my fun. But anyway, let's call her Manwich. Like Manwich. Like Sloppy Joe, Manwich. Let's call her Manwich. Manwich went to another university. Now Manwich was husky and big and strong and was about as tall as I am. And if it was going to be a fight, I would let Manwich fight. And she would defend me. On this particular night, a Friday night, we had a party. Now, I didn't know this term freeze that I just created now. I didn't know it then, but I'm saying it now. Manwich came and surprised me at a gathering that we had, party. Now, there was a few other women that was fond of the 6-foot sensation. So, I was like, okay. She came in, and she instantly got an attitude, and she was upset. So I said, hey, this is what I should have said. I should have stopped it and rewind it back and hit me back. So I'm just trying to give an example of when somebody wants to check you or something. Hey, Manwich, you want to freeze me or something? Okay, give me the opportunity to be catatonic and no movement. So Manwich probably like, you know what? As a matter of fact, I do. Free. So I probably would be in that state of mind for a very long time. Because if I'm difficult to deal with, like Manwich would tell you a number of years ago, yeah, I'm glad he came up with that concept now, because back then I definitely wanted to freeze him. So I'm saying now, y'all can comment. You want to freeze me? Want me to be quiet? So next time you're around somebody that's getting on your nerves, think about me and say, hey, or no, I'm sorry. You getting on somebody's nerves and you realize that you might be agitating them, whether you're doing it on purpose or not. Hey, excuse me, do you want to freeze me? And then you hold it like that for a little while. This little freeze concept, I should have used this for Super Bowl Sunday. Should have did a commercial on one of them $1 million slots. But hey, you want to freeze me? Put me right next to McDonald's. Put me right next to the McDonald's joints. Oh, and next to the Eli Manning joint, the New York Giants stuff. And the one with, what's his name? It was a Morgan Freeman. The Sprite commercial, I think it was. But the whole thing is this. Hey, you want to freeze me? So it's all fun and games. This is a commercial. It's an extended commercial. But I just want to do a little storytelling behind it. Shout out to Manwich. And shout out to anybody else who I get on your nerves. And you probably want to do more negative stuff to me. But I'm now trying to give you a concept of, you know what, man, I really do want to just freeze you. And I would understand it. That's like a way of trying to say, I want to slap you. Or I want to punch you. I want to beat you up. I want to send you to a foreign land with a one-way ticket. I want to put you out on a raft and push. See, this is the kind of saying, hey, get your hands off me. You want to freeze me? Like if you at a club somewhere and a bouncer, somebody that's, some guy that's probably 6'11", 390 something pounds of muscle, whatever. And there's like 2 or 3 of them. And they're ready to throw you out. Hey, wait a minute. You want to freeze me? Or if you was in a bad predicament, you might just say, hey, I want to freeze myself. Or you get caught up in a situation with more than one person or something like that, you might want to freeze yourself. Man, you know what? Somebody asks you a difficult question, you just want to tap out. Hey, man, you was with my girlfriend the other day. No, that wasn't me. Hey, man, don't I know you from somewhere? No, cuz. But anyway, this is my freeze. So the thing is this. Hey, you want to freeze me?